Okay, we've now made it to our last concept, which is composition and aggregation. Let me start by clarifying right off that aggregation here has nothing to do with aggregation in SQL. It's a completely different concept. So let's first talk about composition. Composition is used when we have a database structure where objects of one class kind of belong to the objects of another class. And the example I'm going to use is colleges and departments. So I've drawn the two classes here, and let's say for the department we have the department name and we have, say, the building that the department is in. And so we're assuming that each college has a whole bunch of departments. Now we can make a relationship, an association between colleges and departments to say that a department is in a college. But when we have the idea that the college, that the departments belong to a specific college, then that's when this composition construct is used. And the way the composition is written is by putting a diamond over here on the end of the association. So composition is really a special type of association. And we'll fill in that diamond here to indicate composition. Aggregation happens to have an empty diamond, which we'll see in a moment. So when we have the diamond and we're creating one of these composition relationships, there's implicitly a 1 ... 1 on the left side. So each department belongs to one college. But what's kind of interesting here, what's a little different from the normal relationship, is that we're not assuming that this department name is a primary key exactly. We could have the same department, in fact, even in the same building, in different colleges, and that would be okay because a department is, through this relationship, associated with its college. So that was composition, objects of one class belonging to objects of another. Let me give an example of aggregation. This is a slight stretch, but what I'm going to make is a class of apartments, not departments, but apartments. So we're going to imagine that there are apartment buildings represented in our database. Maybe they have an address that's the primary key and something like the number of units. And what we're going to imagine is that some apartment buildings are owned by or associated with a college, but not all of them are. And that's what aggregation does. So for aggregation, we again have a relationship here, but in this case, we make a diamond on this side that's open. And what that says is that each apartment, each object in the apartment class is belonging to a college, either at most one college or no college at all. So we can have apartments that belong to a college, and we can have kind of free-floating apartments. And that's what the open diamond, which is aggregation, is about. So in conclusion, the data modeling portion of the Unified Modeling Language can be used to perform database design at a higher level. It's a graphical language. We went through the 5 main concepts of the language, and also very importantly, UML designs can be translated to relations automatically, and that is the topic of the next video.